The No Fate channel, checking in. On this episode of Dad's Bad Back, it is day 35. So I'm obviously going to give you a status update on how the rehab process has been going and where I expect it to go from here. Also, I'm going to cover all of the stuff that I either already had or purchased in order to help me recover from my injury. I am dedicated to helping you dads, and 35 days ago, I injured my back. I have a bulging disc between my L4 and L5 vertebrae. The whole point of this series is to chronicle my rehab as I try to get back to as close to 100% as possible. And the reason I'm making the series is twofold. Number one is hopefully to give you watching suggestions, ideas, or hints on ways to improve your mobility and help relieve your back pain if you happen to experience back pain. And the second reason, and probably the most important, to make sure I do all the rehab. It is so easy to get excited for arms at the gym or get excited for like a race that we have going on. And it's downright boring to go through the rehabilitation process, to do the stretches and the icing and the heat and the mobility work and engage the core. It's just so boring. It's so annoying. But if you don't do it, it's not going to be right. It's not going to get right. And frankly, I'm hoping that this series not only helps you, but helps me stay on task. So we're going to go over where I am today and, of course, some of the stuff that I've been using to improve it. So we're at day 35, week 5, and I'm getting better. That's the positive news. My flexibility in my hamstrings has greatly improved. Up until this point, they were tight as a rock and almost immobile. So they're starting to move, they're starting to loosen up, and I can definitely see my stretching improving significantly. Also, the flexibility and mobility in my back has improved, and noticeably so. Again, it's not 100%, it's probably not even 80%, but I am happy to see progress. And with any type of injury, that's really what we want to see, day-to-day progress. And personally, if I can see a little bit of progress every day, just a little bit, even the thickness of a hair, then that's kind of incentive to me to keep going, to press on, and to just stick with this boring, and I do mean boring, rehab. I've been going to physical therapy once a week. They've been helping me out immensely, both with opening up, releasing some of the tension in the lower back and hip muscles, but also giving me new exercises, measuring my progress and making sure that I don't run before I walk. And that's another problem that we have with rehabilitation, and I probably have it worse than most people, is that you just want to be healthy. You just want to wake up and be healthy that next day, and it's not going to happen. It is a gradual process, and you've got to mentally tell yourself you're not going to win it all back in a day. So don't try to go gung-ho, whether it's with stretching or with the mobility work or with going back to the gym. You've got to really take those baby steps and ramp up as slow as you can to prevent the worst case scenario, which would be a re-injury. But I'm very happy with physical therapy and where it's going. I think once a week works very well for me, both with my time constraints, and it allows me to make progress on the new stretches and the new body weight exercises that they have been giving me. Up to this point, they haven't actually allowed me to do any exercises, so I'm excited that last week they incorporated some air or weighted exercises with regards to engaging my core, making sure that I am, squatting correctly with my inner core tight and engaging the glutes and all that good stuff. And it is brutal, some of the smaller things that I have to do, and it is also kind of it's really mentally frustrating because I'm used to doing air squats 200 at a time. Like I've done 200, 300 air squats at a time during workouts, and now I'm doing 15, and I'm just like, my muscles are exhausted. So clearly I do have a long ways to go, and we're going to keep going on. So let's talk about some of the cool stuff that I've had and some of the stuff that I've gotten in order to help promote back relief with regards to pain and improve the rehabilitation process. So first and foremost, what you probably already have at home, if you don't, you definitely get this, is an ice pack, okay? What's nice about these little hot and cold gel packs is that they form to your body rather than like a hard ice pack or a whole bunch of like ice itself. It forms to your body and it can get very, very cold. In order to keep it as cold as possible, I actually took off there's like a little pad around it that would keep it from getting too cold. I just took that off because I want to get my back as cold as possible. I always finish off everything with ice. One of the things that I did not have, but I did purchase, was a heating pad. This is actually the second iteration of a heating pad that I purchased. The first one didn't get hot at all. Obviously, with regulations now, they don't want anyone to burn themselves, especially with the lawsuit era. So I returned that one and I got this one. I also took the nice felt off of this because I wanted to get as hot as possible. I use this before I start stretching in the morning. I wake up, obviously I'm very sore and it's cold out. I put this on my back just 5, maybe even 10 minutes before I start stretching, and it heats up really, really well. It gets nice and hot. I'll put this specific model in the description below just because I know some of them out there don't get hot at all, but this has really helped loosen me up, warm me up before I stretch so that I can get a deeper stretch. All right, this is for your seat. It is simply like a back cushion. Hopefully, maybe you can even see I've got an extra one back behind me here. I got these to help me when I first got injured with the driving and with sitting in some of the chairs, especially in my couch, to make sure that I'm sitting up nice and straight and that I'm engaging my lower back and I'm not slouched over. The chairs that we have for the chairs in general for cars and for computer chairs, nowadays, they're not that bad. They're actually pretty good in terms of posture. But what happens, or at least what I've noticed to happen, is you start off the day sitting up pretty good, and then by the end of the day, especially in front of a computer or in front of a long drive, you're hunched over, you know, and it just slowly gets worse with the day, and that is horrible for you. So as one of the things that I got that I've actually really liked, and I'll put this in the description below in terms of this specific one, is this little back brace. I use it when I drive if I'm going a long distance. I use it in my kitchen chairs, and I use it, of course, with my office chairs as well, and it's been nice. And it's not necessarily going to fix your back or fix your posture, but for me, one of the things it really does is it reminds me I got to sit up straight. I can't slouch. It really forces me to sit up straight, and I've really thought it has been beneficial with regards to how I feel while I'm sitting. Just as a note, if you do tend to sit for long periods of time, try to get up and walk around whenever possible. One thing that I bought that I've just started using is Yoga Strong. This is basically just a basic yoga. The reason I got this DVD is because it comes in 3 different strength levels, and they're pretty short workouts. They're like 25 minutes long. And I've just started the beginner class, and I've got like halfway through the first one, and I was like, okay, that's enough. But I'm hoping to hopefully incorporate some yoga going forward and gradually work my way up. But again, for now, we're starting with the beginner level class, and I'm only doing the stretches that seem comfortable for me, not pushing anything. Obviously, if you're interested in yoga, there's tons of stuff on YouTube. I just like the DVD version because I can just pop it. It times itself. I don't have to worry about where my phone is at and whatnot. One of the things that I actually did a full review on is this massager, this Linchet massager. There are tons and tons of massager guns out there. And this has actually helped me, or at least I find that it's helped me really loosen up some of the muscles that get tight, especially at the end of the day. I don't go hard on this thing. It has like a setting of up to 20. I usually keep it around 10 or 7, and it's more of a gentle massage rather than that deep tissue massage. As I get more comfortable with it and as I improve physically, I'm sure I'm going to turn this into a deep tissue massage to really kind of work out some of those deep knots that just won't go away. One of the things that I already had and I had been using to stretch is this little rubber band thing, and they're everywhere. They come with, you know, physical therapy. They come with just rubber band weighted stuff that you can buy online. And I had this extra one that I've been using for my hamstring stretches and for my upper body stretches. And one of the things with regards to the hamstring stretches I was worried about was that it was going to slip off my foot and take out one of my eyes. Bungee cord accidents are a real legitimate threat. So what I did is I actually bought this thing. And this thing is specifically, this is a gradientfitness.com. I've got no affiliation with them. I will put a link in the description below. Just $10 on Amazon. And this just is a long rope with a bunch of loops that help you stretch, whether it's your upper body or your lower body. And I just hook my foot into here and pull back. And it's really nice. I've been able to get a lot deeper with regards to my hamstring stretches thanks to this. And for $10, it's actually a really good sturdy design. So I'll probably have this thing for the rest of my life. Not a bad purchase for $10. And the last thing I want to go over, this is a back right body therapy. This is essentially a piece of plastic. And back, full disclosure, they sent this to me before I actually got injured to review. Believe it or not, I don't know if that was like foreshadowing or what, but it's 2 pieces of plastic. You put it, one piece in here, and then you have 3 settings: steep, medium, and then like low. And you can see the low is super low. I was using this when I first got injured, and I've now stepped up to the medium. I will say that the next version up, the intense one, is like savage. I don't know who has the flexibility to handle that, to roll their back. How it works, just very quickly, you put this underneath your bum, you roll your back this way, your head's over here, and it helps alleviate the pressure on your lower spine. The idea is if you can alleviate that pressure, open up that back, it will release those nerves and you're not going to have as much back pain. I've liked it. I've been using it a few times a day. A number of companies sell the same exact model. This is Back Right Body Therapy. I think they sell for like 30 bucks. I'll try to link it in the description below, but there's a number of them out there. Same exact product, different companies. Comfort-wise, it's relatively comfortable once you get used to it. Supposedly, these little bumps are supposed to help you massage your body. No, they don't help at all. They don't hurt, but they don't help at all. I will say, if you're looking to save money and you already have an ab mat, which I already have, use the ab mat. Okay, the ab mat is almost the same thing. The only difference with the ab mat versus the body therapy back arching thing I just showed you is that you can't change the angle. But the ab mat is a great substitute if you want to save yourself some money and already have it. You put it under your back, you roll backwards, and just get that nice, good stretch. And again, alleviate that space. If you have any questions regarding some of the items that I showed you and you want a deeper dive into them, drop it in the comments below. I will do a full video on anyone that puts a comment below on the items that I just showed you. Hopefully you found some of these ideas helpful, or hopefully you've got ideas on ways that you can use the stuff that you already have to help improve your mobility, your stretching, and just limber up that back. Hey, if you have any questions on what we covered, put it in the comments below. If you came this far in the video, do me a favor and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And as usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back. I am dedicated to helping you be a great parent to your children and still accomplish your own personal goals. I provide ideas and insights to help you save time, money, and your sanity. 3 things that are in short supply for every parent out there.